Uh, I want to particularly focus on the fact that failure don't mean that you are failing. Don't mean you're a failure, right? Because the guy with the light bulb, Edison, I'm not sure exactly which publication is right, because some publications have it as 10,000 times he failed before he actually get it right, and others have it as 1,000 times. So could you imagine you try something, let's say even 1 to 10? How many of us would even go past there? We would just get totally fed up, and we would just decide that, you know what, this is not working for me. But I believe the thing that made him continue to keep trying, because according to him, he said he did not view it as a failure. He saw it as a step in the right direction. Because if you try something one way one time and it doesn't work, guess what you will do? You will try it again in a different way, and you will be intentional with what you're doing, and you'll make observations as, okay, I tried it like this the last time and it didn't work. What can I do differently? Let me see what I could do differently. And you will definitely make your notes, and you will go ahead and try to see what you can do differently. Another example to this storytelling, then, and I'm going to get into the meat of why, from my personal experience, this is not me reading a book. This is my personal experience, my personal observation, along with my everything that I've been dealing with. What the 10 points that I come up with, why you should get excited about having to start over. And one of the persons I could give, I'm not going to call her name, but a friend of mine, and it's not just one person. I've been hearing this over and over again, that made me stop and think, you know what? A lot of us keep ourselves stuck in one particular situation because of fear. We fear failing, we fear starting over, we fear what this one gonna say, what that one gonna say. And as a result of that, we keep ourselves stuck in a situation that is no longer serving us. So I have an avocado tree outside of my house. It's supposed to be a miniature. Um, yes, Lori said I call it falling in dreams. Yeah, but there are a lot of people who don't even understand the dreams. It doesn't come like on a platter. It comes with a lot of challenges. So let me tell you about this avocado tree. This avocado tree is supposed to be a miniature tree. But if you see how this tree is spreading, it is tall. It is just spreading all around the house, and it's like the more landlord trim it, the more it's spreading. So this is my divine download from observing that. Um, when you first plant a tree, right, a fruit tree, first of all, you put that seed. You have to put that seed in the ground, and for weeks and sometimes months, depending on the tree, it seems as though nothing is happening. But what is actually happening is it's the root is getting itself very grounded, because the root of the tree is the core of the tree. Picture this. Let's say, that tree grew to 2 feet, and it decides to bear fruit. And if the fruit is so much, the anchor, the root of the tree is not going to be able to support the amount of fruit that a tree could bear. So this is my observation. The tree will have to do what it have to do. So when you are following your dreams and you're following your passion, you're following your goals, sometimes you're doing it 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, sometimes fast forward to 15 or 20 years, and you're still doing it, and you're not seeing if the harvest that you probably, because at most times you see an end goal. Because one of the things I know about dreams and vision is that if you are not connected to what the final stage is, it would be difficult for you to stay and go through the process. So back to the whole scenario, the tree. So the tree is there, grounded. Its roots is spreading now, because it want to make sure that it's strong. It is going upwards to the sun because it needs the nourishment. And then the leaves, the branches are going to branch off. So it is going to be very, very solid. And when it gets to its season where it's like going to bear fruit, guess what? All the branches are going to hold up. The fruit will go to its fullest, what is it? Its full term, and you'll be able to enjoy very good fruit. Because if you see the size of the avocados that we will get from this tree, it will totally blow your mind. So now, what does this whole scenario of this tree and the tree bearing root and the tree bearing branches have to do with us? This is how I relate it to us. Let me talk about my own scenario. What I'm doing now as my career, I personally didn't choose this. I had a whole other vision for myself, but the bottom line with the vision is I saw myself traveling as like a platform stylist because it was here I was doing. I saw myself going around the world to all these different places, and I enjoy being in these places where nobody really knows who I am, but I'm just there walking around, enjoying the space, enjoying people, enjoying sharing, enjoying teaching, whatever. So for me, my way, the fastest way for me to have this experience of traveling globally was to try to become a flight attendant. And guess what? I had all the interviews, everything went well. And at some point, when I thought the next time I was going to hear from them again was to have my final interview, that did not work out. I was completely devastated. For whatever reason, that's not what it is. Fast forward to a couple of years later, I came to Trinidad because I'm going to do cosmetology. I'm going to go back to Guyana, open up my own salon, and I'm going to have my thing and I'll do my thing. That finished the cosmetology course. Along the way, I was introduced to doing makeup. Even up until then, I was thinking, I my heart is set on this beauty salon story. Fast forward again to maybe not even a year later, I found myself smack in a career as a makeup artist. And guess what? Traveling all around the Caribbean. My first international trip was to the UK. I even went as far as Ghana. I spent 6 weeks in Africa. So sometimes we have to learn how to be flexible because we do not always have all the answers to everything as to how. All we need to know is that this is what it is, and we have to not be rigid with the path. I think there's some Sharon Jameson who says, um, marry the vision but date the path. Marry the vision but date the path. So you have to learn how to be flexible. When you see the things are not going the way how you picture it in your mind, don't think it's the end of the world and it's not gonna be happening. Sometimes your process is not exactly how it is. It may come across as though you're a failure because it didn't work out how you planned it. And let me tell you something about failure. Every single person that I it's not necessarily that I admire, but every successful person, maybe except for the ones who are born into generational wealth, every single one of them, even the ones who are born into generational wealth, when you check this story, the background of the person who started the vision, they also had their own fair share of challenges, the fair share of losing money, the fair share of what they probably would have thought was a failure. But guess what? They just got up and went again.